Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the month of July 2024. We're going to jump right in here. You have the shift card. It says your career, you're taking your career in a totally different direction. Have the courage to change course, continue to grow, change, and learn. You have this rescuer card. It says someone in your life may need help getting back on track. It also says don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. Just don't give up. So yeah, if you're working towards something, I would continue to push forward. It looks to me like there could be a change in work or career there. And it's just saying, continue to continue to move towards that change. This has come up for you before as well, Capricorn, that, a lot of you, I think you have ideas or plans or, goals that could lead to a lot of success, obviously, with that 10 of Pentacles. But at the same time, I think letting go of something that you've been doing for a long time could be a small challenge for some of you. I don't think it's true for all of you because I think that some of you have already gotten started on building your 10 of Pentacles, right? Or building something that's much bigger and better in your life. But for some of you, I feel, like I said, that maybe it's a little bit of a challenge to let go, or it's a little bit of a challenge moving into like your next stage. And I feel like that's what this reading is talking about. The funny thing is, is that you start with this Judgment card. And the Judgment card, those people are rising out of those coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. But the coffin kind of anchors them into their past reality. It's like they're seeing a new reality. That angel is literally calling them to their new reality, but they are staying stuck in their old reality. But it's like sometimes, like maybe there's a better way to put this. Sometimes I think we think like, oh, I'll create a bridge. Like, I'll go from this job to that job, but I'll kind of like wait until I have this much in savings or whatever. But it's like, really, if you would just rip the Band-Aid off and do it, you would just get that next job and you'd be all set. And there really would be nothing to worry about. It's like, sometimes I think we worry about little things that really aren't going to be that big of a deal or that much of an obstacle. And I feel like that's what's popping into your head here. It's like, I think that there's a lot of moving pieces. And that's where the concern is coming from. But it's like once you go through it, I think you're gonna be like, oh, that was super easy. That was not that big of a deal as well. It's like years ago, I moved cross country again, basically. So I moved from the West Coast back to the East Coast years ago, and and at that time I had like no money, and so I was like, how the hell am I going to be able to like move cross country and all this other stuff? But really, what I found out is I had like more than enough to get across country. It really wasn't that big of a deal, and it was just like all the moving pieces that was causing this kind of hesitation, right? And that's kind of the feeling I get here on the Judgment card. But I feel like it's in like, it might be a move for some of you because I just talked about that. But, I think for most of you that this is really maybe a work change or a business change where it's like you have a business and maybe you're looking to build something else or do something else. And it's like, and not only that, it's like where I was going with that is it's like once you make the move, like once you do the thing, then everything else moves out of the way and all the new opportunities can come in. And I feel like this is what this is saying. It's like you're staying stuck in this small little coffin, which is preventing the big opportunities from getting to you. And so that's kind of the feeling I get from the reading. There you go. You have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is about going on the adventure. It's also about being flexible, which I think earth signs definitely have this energy of like needing to be more flexible in their approach to how they accomplish things and in their approach to how they do things. So I don't really feel he's saying anything other than just be open to spontaneous opportunity, meaning like the opportunities that come in out of nowhere or that appear out of nowhere. Those are the things that you want to pay attention to. You have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a card of your emotions overflowing. You can see that the cup is overflowing there on its own, and it can easily reach down into the water below it and fill itself back up. So I feel for a lot of you that this is about kind of like getting into the flow, which I think it comes up for you quite a bit as well, Capricorn. And, it's definitely like a repeat message. And those repeat messages are really the ones that you want to pay attention to. So I would get into the flow. Could be a little bit of love here as well. I wouldn't really call this a love reading yet. That could change. But, there is a little bit of love here. So if you do want love, it could be, a love offer as well. Let's see. With the Judgment card, you have the Devil, which is you showing up. Whenever you show up as yourself, kind of puts you in a position of power and strength. Coming up as the very first card as well, it really tells me that this is like how you are entering the reading. It's like you are entering in this position. You are entering as, kind of like being in the coffin, needing to step out of the coffin. With the Knight of Wands, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Flexibility, the wheel can spin in any direction. And really, with the wheel, it can represent a change in your fortunes, but really it's about kind of paying attention to like the good things that are happening and doubling down on those things, and also paying attention to the challenges when they come up and taking care of your challenges right away. So the Wheel of Fortune is about taking control of your destiny, your life, how you see it, in the sense that you are just paying attention, and that's what I feel like you're doing here. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is also about walking away from something. So again, if you're wondering, where's the love, or where is my money, or where is my Ten of Pentacles, I think that your answer is very simple. Judgment, Eight of Cups, it's literally saying that, completely letting go of something, completely cutting something out, even if there are only small attachments, is going to be the thing that really opens the doors for you, and really brings in, much bigger opportunities. Pretty simple. Next, we're doing the unexpected. You have this Electric Eel card. It says, bring your ideas to life. Yes. You have this Panther Spirit. It says, reclaim your power. And so, yeah, I feel like a lot of you have ideas that you need to start working on. And again, there could be like old life connections. And that doesn't mean people. That could be part of it. But it could also be, old traumas, old ideas, old stories that happened to you when you were younger. Things like that are maybe preventing this from being reality. So I feel like the reclaim your power card is saying you need to reclaim your power in the sense that you let those things go. I also feel it's time to act here for you, Capricorn, and I feel like taking action is going to lead to a lot of success. We have the Ten of Pentacles right here. So you could be kind of like, I have the word setting up or something. Like, I feel like you could be setting something up. So like, again, if you're like building something or putting something together, like a project, a business, your career, whatever it is, then this could be very good for you. I feel like it's saying like whatever you are building or putting together, it could be very successful, very lucrative for you. I also do feel there is a change in your finances. I mean, really good money reading. We have this Empress, Six of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles. The Magician even says you can have whatever you want. So really good for improving your finances. You have the Six of Pentacles. I think it's time to like plant more seeds in this new direction. So like we said at the beginning, if you're thinking about building this new life, or, getting that new job, or, starting that new business, I think that just, doing things to make that happen is what the Six of Pentacles is saying. Six of Pentacles is my card of planting seeds in a direction. And Six of Pentacles just says we have to see what grows and see what doesn't grow, and kind of like go from there. I also feel that there is something about this growth. And what I mean by that is like going from A to B. It's like you might be thinking about starting something, and you might say like, what if it doesn't work? But, basically everybody who does anything feels that way. And I also feel like it's almost like, if I put myself in your shoes, that you're trying to look for like a perfect answer over here, when like the perfect answer exists over here, but it's like you have to follow that journey, So I feel like really this is saying it's time to get started so that you can learn what you need to learn to get to B, right? The next step. And that's what I would do there. You have the Magician. The Magician is about grounding your reality on Earth. It's funny that, really, if we put him like this, his wand is pointing straight up to the Ten of Pentacles, and he's pointing straight down to the Earth here, and he is grounding that vision in reality. So, I kind of feel like you have this vision in your mind, or this idea that could be your Ten of Pentacles. And, Ten of Pentacles is a tree of life. Ten of Pentacles really represents everything you want and desire in your life. So it doesn't have to be one thing. It could be love and money. It could be having a family. It could be, all of that together. And it's going to be different for all of you. But I feel like he is saying, like, make sure you start taking action to ground whatever the Ten of Pentacles is into your reality right now. I also feel like that reclaim your power card is also kind of like saying that, taking action on this is going to like prove something to you. It's going to prove to yourself that you are capable of accomplishing this. With the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Justice card. Yeah, I would pay attention to cause and effect, Justice, Six of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. I'll say pay attention to what's working, pay attention to what's not working, double down on the good stuff. And that's exactly what I would do here. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. The Hangman is about kind of like being stuck in Hangman mode. But I feel like the Six of Pentacles with the Hangman is saying that you've done enough experimentation. Like you've learned enough from the actions that you've taken, from the things that you've done in your life. And now it's time to ground that in reality by getting off the tree. The hangman is hanging from the tree of knowledge and wisdom, and he's doing this to gain enlightenment, but now he has the answers, and it's time for him to come down from the tree and show that he has the answers. It's like there's nothing, I really kind of feel that there's nothing more for you to learn, is what this is saying. And that's not true. I'm saying that there's nothing more for you to learn where you are right now. It's like the next steps to get the knowledge and wisdom, you're going to have to like put what you've learned into practice. And then there will be, of course, we're always learning. There will be more learning after that. But I feel this is saying like you have to take those steps. With the magician, you have the world, another one of your cards. You are the world card. So this could represent big accomplishments coming in for you. Could also represent getting out into the world. Every single person I've read for in the month of July has had something about adventuring or going on adventures. July is like a vacation month, so some of you could be traveling or something like that. But I would encourage you to like go on another adventure. Starting a new project, learning something new. Even though I just said stop learning, but learn something new from home, or go on the adventure. I challenge you to go on the adventure of learning something that you want to about something you want to accomplish, but also take the steps necessary to accomplish it. Because again, I think you could surprise yourself this month with how much you accomplish if you actually do it, right? In the area of the what are we doing? I have no clue what we're doing. We are doing what is coming towards you. You have this stillness card and this potential card. So I feel like there is a lot of potential. Obviously, this potential card, you can see that there's a mountain on there. And obviously, you have to climb a mountain. You are a Capricorn, so you know climbing mountains very well. And I feel it's time for you to kind of like tap into your heart. You have that stillness card. You also have the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a very heart-based card. Before she does something, she really taps into how she feels about what she is about to do. So I feel for a lot of you, it's kind of like saying, it's time for you to, it's time for you to tap into your emotions and your feelings about like what you want your life to look like, which we kind of see right here with the Ten of Pentacles. You have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups says follow your heart, like I said. So I definitely feel, I feel like we're in a heart-based time anyway. So I think it's time for you to follow your heart. Queen of Cups is also about trusting your intuition. You also have the Hangman. So a lot of you, it could be a very intuitive time for you, or a time where your intuition is kind of like guiding you. Next, you have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is like the card of certainty. It's a card of conviction. It's a card that says when you know that you're going to be successful, that's when you're truly going to be successful, when there is no other way than for you to be successful. And I kind of feel that here, but I get something about certainty on this card and wanting to be certain that like a new beginning is going to work. And what's funny is we go down to the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. And so pretty much everything in this reading is telling you to let go of something from the past. And again, I don't think this is a person that we're talking about here. I think that it could be talking about, the times in your life where something didn't work out and now you're afraid to start something new because something didn't work out in the past. So now you're having to like overcome that fear. That's just one example. There's many. And I feel that Ace of Wands is really encouraging you to like believe that something is possible. The Seven of Wands, the other thing about the Seven of Wands, and I really feel this energy in this reading, is that he's wearing two different shoes. He's wearing like a boot in a shoe. And it kind of represents the fact that maybe he had to rush out of the house and defend his position at the top of the hill. Like he wasn't exactly prepared. And I do feel the reading itself is saying, there's never going to be a time where you are 110% prepared to do something that you want to do. Sometimes we have to just start working on those goals, wishes, dreams, whatever, without knowing if it's going to work or not. You have the Empress. The Empress is a lot of abundance, so I do feel like there could be a lot of abundance coming in for you here. I also feel that you are very attractive at this time. Again, good time for love for you, Capricorn. So if you want love, I would definitely get out of the house or put yourself out there in some way. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands. Yes, definitely a lot of Ace of Wands energy. Ace of Wands, and also with the Empress, is total creation. So a lot of you could be focusing on creative projects or creative pursuits. And these creative projects could also be the thing that's leading to success. The Ace of Wands also wants us to, it's not really a heart-based card, but it's a heart-based energy. It is the energy of desire. So you might desire to do something, and like accomplish something, or maybe you have a goal you want to accomplish, but it could also be something simple, like maybe you want to travel or maybe you want to go on an adventure in life. And the Ace of Wands is saying, follow your desires. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Two Wands. Two Wands about taking the lead and making something happen. So I really do feel it would be a good time for you to take the lead on something that you're trying to accomplish in your life. With the Empress, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is like everything you want and desire in your life, and you have the Ten of Pentacles twice. So right here and right here. I feel this is literally saying you are, creating your Ten of Pentacles here in life. And again, I feel like there's an opportunity for you to be surprised with like just how much you can do in 1 month, right? But again, this isn't going to magically happen. I want to stress that. You're going to have to put the work in. You're going to have to leave comfort zones and do things you've never done before. But I think if you add all that up and you do it, then you will be surprised with what you accomplish this month, plain and simple. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you can't make this up. This card says, believe in the impossible, literally basically what I just said. You have this new moon in Scorpio. It says, work through your fears. I don't really feel these are fears. I think these are traumas, right? I think that we have little traumas in life, little things that happen to us that kind of prevent us from taking action. It's like maybe someone yelled at you when you were like 2 years old to not do something. And now as an adult, that trauma has carried forward and you're saying to yourself, oh, I can't do this. But really, it's just the person that yelled at you when you were 2 years old that is telling you can't do something right now. And those are the things that I feel could really be holding Capricorn back in a reading like this. So I would, work through those issues, but it's coming up in the good stuff. So you might already be working on this. You have the Six of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, Six of Cups, can represent love. I think that if it's love, there's probably a new person, not a past person coming in for you. It could be a very childlike, very playful connection here with the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is a soulmate, so, could be a soulmate. Really, I feel this is talking about a turnaround in your life. I always say that the Six of Cups can be a gift from the universe. And usually the gift we receive from the Six of Cups is a turnaround, some obstacle being removed from our life so we can finally move forward. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. The Queen of Pentacles is also you. You show up very, very strong in this reading, at least 3 times, like 1, 2, 3 right here. So, again, you showing up a bunch of times really puts you in a position of power and strength. It also kind of suggests that this reading is all about you, Capricorn. It's more, it's not really a love reading. It's not really a, it's not really a whatever reading. It's more an all about Capricorn reading. You have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is kind of out with the old, in with the new. It's also growth. So I do feel like there could be growth and expansion in your life at this time. And a lot of desire. Again, I would be paying attention to your desires because I feel like they are guiding you towards something. So there you go. Let's see. With the Six of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles could be being single, but again, I always say Nine of Pentacles doesn't really represent being single. She's independent, not necessarily single. So you could be attracting an independent person, or, really, I would say you being a Capricorn, this is probably 2 very independent people that are coming together, but also really good for abundance as well. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a celebration. And the people on this card, the women on this card, they're celebrating a harvest. So you could be celebrating a harvest here this month. Again, I think that this is something that just has potential. So I would make sure, I want to stress that I would be putting the work in. Again, nothing is going to happen if you do the same thing you did yesterday, today, right? John Taffer says, if you did the same thing yesterday, today, you're stuck. So I feel like you need to unstick yourself and make sure you're doing new things, having new experiences, trying new things, all that other good stuff. And then that will set you free, which is what this is asking you to do. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Death card. The Death card can represent a big change, and the Ace of Wands would be, a big change. The Ace of Wands is a big change, so I feel like you could be experiencing a change here. Let's see. You have this Rooster card. It says, an arrogant or boastful person you should not cross. I would be careful of people. I don't know. At the end of the year, we have this Mars retrograde. It's in Leo. I think Mars retrograde years are weird for people, meaning the people that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. So I always tell people Mars retrograde years, especially the year that the retrograde starts, and it starts this year at the end of the year, I would be careful of like crossing people, or, I would just ignore people in general, people that are causing problems in your life. You have this card that says muddled, unclear thinking. I feel like you're confusing yourself here, especially for those of you that have a big goal or have something that you want to accomplish. I think this is saying you can accomplish it very quickly, but you have to just like work straight towards it and let go of the old beliefs. You have this dog far away. It says a distant friend is thinking of you. Yeah, it might be time. Like if you have a person who's important to you that you haven't reached out to in a while, it might be a good time to reach out to them. You have this kangaroo. It says unsettled times, need to plan ahead. This card comes up like crazy in these readings. I think we are in unsettled times until like 2033, something like that. It's not something to worry about, just something to prepare for and just keep your head on straight, right? Pay attention. And finally, you have this moon card. It says changes in your life. Yes, big changes coming in for you at this time. So this is a really good reading, Capricorn. Very abundant as well. So it looks good. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your month.